Hi everyone, and welcome back to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons, where we make maths and physics simple. We get you exam ready. Right now, this grade 11 lesson on financial maths, we're looking at interest rates, how we calculate it using reducing balance depreciation. So in short, summarize what we were testing is whether you can use your knowledge of what we taught you under surds and in exponents to solve the problems that will arise. Right, reducing balance, remember we're using the compound interest decrease formula, right? So let's go look at the problem. A tractor bought for 120,000 depreciates to 11,090 Rand 41 cents after 12 years by using the reducing balance method. Calculate the rate of depreciation per annum. So they said reducing balance, so I need to know A equal to P 1 minus I to the power N. Presently, the tractor is what? 120,000. After 12 years, A equal 11,090,41 and N equal 12. Right, so if I substitute in, A is 11,090, 41, P 120,000. I don't know, but N equal 12. Right, so 11,090,41 divided by 120,000 gives me 0,0924 continuing equal 1 minus I to the power 12. To get rid of the 12 there to the power 12, I'm going to use 12th root. So I find the 12th root, so that 12th root and 12 cancels. What I do one side, I must do on the other side. So 12th root of 0,0924, the whole value. Take note, don't round off till the final answer. And that would give me 0,820000 equal 1 minus I. If I take negative I across, it becomes positive. If I leave 1 there and I bring that across, it becomes negative 0,82000. So 1 minus that would give me 0,17999 going across. From there, if I multiply by 100, it's going to become 17,9999, which then rounds off to 18%. Right, so this tractor depreciated at 18% over 12 years. Right, so there, as I said, the key concept is we're testing your knowledge of surd. So to get rid of to the power 12, we're going to use a radical sign, 12th root. Right, let's do another one. Yeah, every other occasion, yes, certain things leave your mind and you have to wait for it to come back. I just think you know what I mean. After 5 years of reducing balance depreciation, an asset is half of its original value. So if it was 1 Rand, half of it would be 50 cents. No? Calculate the depreciation interest rate as a percentage. So if I say P equal X Rand, then A would be X over 2. Remember, half of X, so half its value would be X over 2, time period equal 5, and we want I. Right, so A, X over 2, Px, and 1 minus I to the power 5. That's X times the bracket, so to get rid of multiplication, I'm going to use division, so that's going to become X divided by 2 times X. X and X cancel, so I'm left with 0,5 equal 1 minus I to the power 5. To get rid of to the power 5, I'm going to find the 5th root. What I do on one side, I must do on the other side, so I find the 5th root on both sides. The 5th root and exponent 5 cancel, so remember it's 5 over 5, and anything to the power 1 stays the same. So that becomes 1 minus I. And here we have 0,5. The 5th root of that would be 0,870550 continuing. And there you can see the rest 05633. So if I take I across, positive I, 1 minus 0,8705505633, that gives me 0,129449437. To get to the rate, we're going to multiply by 100. So if I multiply by 100, I'm technically shifting my comma 2 spaces. So that's 1, 2, so it becomes 12,944 or 12,94% if I round off. That 4 can't change that 4 to 5. It must be 5 and more here for it to be rounded up. So currently it stays as it appears. Right, so I hope you follow and you understand. Let's look at the next problem. Computers purchased for 16,000 Rand. It depreciates at 15% per annum. This problem has two parts. Right, so 2.1.1. Determine the book value of the computer after 3 years. If it depreciates, or if depreciation is calculated according to the straight line method. So according straight line method, P is 16,000, I is 15 over 100, which becomes 0.15, right? And N there is given as 3 years, and we want A. Straight line, A equal P, 1 minus I times N. Very important, choose the proper formula. P, 16,000, I, 0.15, and N equal 3. Right, and if we punch that all in a calculator, after 3 years, my computer is what? 8,800 Rand. Right, so it depreciated to 8,800. Now 2.1.2, the same computer, find the rate according to the reducing balance method that would yield the same book value as in question. There's 6.1.1, or that's the paper I taken it from. So in this case, it would read 2.1.1 after 3 years. Give your answer as a percentage. So my present value is 16,000. Interest, I don't know. N still 3 years. And A, from the straight line depreciation, we got A as 8,800. Alright, so now we're using reducing balance. So A equal P, 1 minus I to the power N. That's reducing balance. A is 8,008, P is 16,000, 1 minus I, and N equal 3. Right, so that is 16,000 times the bracket. So to get rid of multiplication, I'm going to use division. So 8,800 divided by 16,000 equal 1 minus I to the power 3. That becomes 0.55 equal 1 minus I to the power 3. Now I need to get rid of the third root because I want 1 minus I on its own. So to get rid of to the power 3, I'm going to find the third root of it. So third root, what I do one side, I must do the other side. So third root of 0.55 would become 0.8193 equal 1 minus I. Third root and 3 over 3 becomes 1. Anything to the power 1 stays the same. Take the negative 1 across, it becomes positive. 1, bring that across, negative. Right, you see I haven't rounded off, and if I subtract, I get 0.18067879294. If I multiply this by 100, it gives me 18.07%. Right, and that is my interest rate. So I hope you followed, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, I hope it makes sense, and it inspires you to want to practice and do it. Right, take note in grade 12, first question, generally we would either test straight line or reducing balance for 2 to 3 marks, right, or surprise you at nominal and effective rate. Continue practicing. Wish you nothing but the best. Bye.